Here we go then. 4 races left in this year's NRUK Cup Series. And today we kick off the first of those 4 races as we go racing today from Charlotte. 40 laps in the final race of the round of 8. Today we find out which 4 make it on to the championship round, where we'll have 3 races to decide our season 4 champion. Without further ado, let's get to business. On pole for today's race, Keegan Thompson smashed it on pole. He's currently 8 points below the cut-off line. However, if he wins, he'll be automatically through to the round of 4 in the NRUK Cup Series. On points, he needs to finish 9 above the 41 of Max Rossi. Anthony Charbois with a great qualifying effort starts P2. We have Nonagon Scott, plus 13 above the cut line at the moment. Alexander Rowe, Jensen Edwards with a great qualifying effort, and Eli Bright. Mitchell Collins and Cody Smart, both the Hunters, Kyle and Evan. Evan in a must-win situation. It's the only way he can make it through. Today, he has to win. What can he do in that 11 Toyota Camry to potentially make it through to the final 4 here at Charlotte? Some big news before this race kicks off. 2 chasers to the back, and Roddy Spurleytube here hasn't got going. So this could cause a bit of an issue. Luke Rainey might have a little bit of front end damage here. Should catch up to the rest of the field, but not ideal to start that for Luke Rainey, but it should be fine to go. But Riley Spurleytube will not get going here, and his race is done before the green has even dropped. Not ideal for Spurley. Anyway, the main kind of talking point of the day was the fact that a lot of drivers failed inspection and had bad qualifying runs. Joe Rutkowski had a pretty decent chance coming into today. Minus 10 below the cut line. He could have made it in. He failed post-qualifying inspection. To the back of the grid he goes. A massive uphill task for one team today. Jake Richardson was plus 23 in to the championship 4. He starts dead last. A big mountain to climb as well for the 22 team. Now they're in a hole. They must get out of the hole. Chasers Colton Yo and Nathan Stapleton also have poor qualifying runs. Stapleton though, plus 32 to the good. So he looks solid right now for a championship spot. But here we go. For the final time in the round of 8. We're going to get racing here. The pace car is down pit lane. Keegan Thompson and Anthony Charbois lead them to the green. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Charlotte. Down into turns 3 and 4 for the first time today. Look at Anthony Charbois. Pull low on the 48 of Keegan Thompson. Racing hard and aggressive off the turn. Charbois leads this lap in the 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Charbois will be leaving that ride at the end of the season. He's had a pretty poor year, it has to be said. Finds himself out in front though at the moment. Teammates Alexander Rowe and Keegan Thompson battling hard for second place. Thompson, remember, must finish 9 places above the 41 of Max Rossi. Rossi's the driver we need to look out for today, because he is the one on the bubble and the one probably most at risk of falling out as of right now. Let's see what happens to Max Rossi today. Can he keep it clean? Can he get to the finish? That might just be enough to seal up his spot in the championship 4. 20 car has checked out in front. Alexander Rowe into second. Jensen Edwards third. The battle for 4th continues. That's Mitchell Collins and Keegan Thompson. Look at Kyle Hunter going well. Both front row motorsports cars having a nice run early on in this race. Meanwhile, pass for second, Jensen Edwards in the 95. Doing a pretty decent job as of right now. Moves into second place behind the 20 of Anthony Charbois. 2 Toyotas up in front. And Alexander Rowe might let his teammate Keegan Thompson here through on the inside lane. Currently on points. Thompson would be in, and he would be in comfortably. However, it's all in relation to what the 22 does. 22 of Jake Richardson is up to 33rd, so he's started to work his way up through the field already. Of course, Richardson, we don't really know about him. He came in plus 23 above. Right now, Keegan needs to turn over quite a large deficit here. I believe it was about 31 or 32 points. So not enough really at the moment. Richardson looks clear. And now Riley Spurleytube has re-entered the track. So he had a problem. He looks slow. He almost holds up his teammate there, Anthony Charbonneau. I'll let the 20 car go past. And the 95. Keegan Thompson's going to look to get around him as well. But Spurleytube really not having an ideal run here. As he comes towards the end of his Joe Gibbs racing career, he'll be moving on to Stuart Haas Racing next year in a basic swap with William Seaman, who will head the other way to Joe Gibbs. So that's one to watch out for next year. Should be a heck of a lot of fun. Thompson's the only real chaser running up front though at the moment. Mathis Wells coming up towards the front. There's Derek Hamill. You have to go all the way back to Nonigan Scott in the 12 car, who's currently running P13, to find your next chaser. Evan Hunter needs to do better. Jeremy Baylor's having a cracking run in that 15 car right now. Good job from Jeremy. Back up front, Jensen Edwards is going for the lead. Could we have another upset winner? We've already seen Luke Evans and William Duncan win in the NRUK Cup Series chase this season. Can Jensen Edwards also do that? As he exits the NRUK at the end of the year, he will not be returning to the series next time round. He's now out in front right now and has brought the 48 Keegan Thompson right along with him. Of course, Keegan can point his way in to a Final 4 spot, but that win just guarantees it. That's what he wants. He'll also get 5 bonus points for winning in this round if he can get it done today. Let's see what that 48 has underneath his hood. The Charbonneau takes no time in kind of trying to regain his lead back here. It looks like he will do it. Him and Edwards side by side down the backstretch. Look at Kyle Hunter having an epic run in the 34 today. A lot of kind of mid-pack teams here running up towards the front. Derek Hamill in the 32 has made some nice progress. We've already seen him win at Kansas next year. Hamill taking a sabbatical, kind of having a year out of the sport. But John Stewart, I believe, will be the guy replacing him next year. So it's good to welcome John into the NRUK Cup Series. Kyle Hunter has stepped up his challenge to second. Edwards and Thompson still side by side for third. Eli Bright running inside the top 10. Nonigan Scott found himself back towards the inside lane. Evan Hunter needs to get up here quickly to try and win. Max Johnson running well. William Bulin. Luke Evans. How about these guys that have all come from the back? Yo, Rutkowski and Richardson all started towards the rear of the field. But they have worked their way up through the order here. Currently just sitting outside of the top 20. Where's the 42 Nathan Stapleton right now? Max Rossi has lost a lot of positions. That's not good for his Final 4 chances at all. Stapleton's struggling, but should just have enough points just to make it in right now. And it's very, very interesting, kind of the scene that we're talking about. Richardson, I'm just looking where Jake Richardson's running. 22nd. Should be enough right now. Should be enough because he is running ahead of the 41, which kind of is a safety barrier for him. You know, regardless of how the 48 Keegan Thompson does, Richardson remains ahead of the 41 for now, so that's all he really needs to kind of do. Now, can Thompson run down Charbonneau, who is your leader here on lap number 13? 40 laps. It's a long race here, so still a lot is, you know, kind of to play out. William Seaman's always gone well at this track. He's up here in the 10. Look at Joe Rutkowski making some early moves. Already getting up towards Evan Hunter. Remember, he is still someone that can, you know, point his way in. He had that early setback by starting from the rear of the grid, thanks to that post-qualifying inspection failure. However, that has not stopped his pursuit up the field, and he is charging hard. Interestingly enough, in the background, the 22 has now fallen back behind the 41. Not enough yet. Rossi has got to finish 14 places ahead of the 22, but that's a start for the 41 right now, working his way back up through the field. Evan Hunter, however, does not look to have the car underneath him. It was always going to be a bit of a long shot for Evan to make the Final 4. It looks like it might not happen, and Evan Hunter's season here will be done after this one. Unfortunate for Evan. Seen him win twice this season, but he will not be winning his NRUK Cup Series Championship. But we'll be staying with the 11 team next season. I don't think that was a surprise to many. Back up towards the front. Carl Hunter's lost his position at the front a bit. Spurlitude been a bit of a nuisance as a lap car. As he forces the 48 high. Cody Smart running inside the top 5. Having a great day for Richard Petty Motorsports. Smart is a driver who's moving to the kind of all new look Team Penske. He'll be in the 12 car next year. Replacing Donegan Scott, who's heading over to Hendrick Motorsports. So that's an interesting move for Smart. Could promote him to the big time in the NRUK Cup Series. Not the most liked driver in the garage, but that doesn't bother Cody Smart because he just cracks on with it. He gets the results, he proves them wrong on the track. And it'll be interesting to see what he can do in the 12 car for Team Penske next year. Definitely looking forward to that for sure. Charles has been the dominant car though right now. I think he's led every lap, maybe bar one. If he leads, I think up until lap 22, he'll already have sealed the point for the most laps led in the race. Should give him extra bonus point. That could take away an extra bonus point that Keegan Thompson could need towards the end of the race. Donegan Scott is now looking comfortable at the moment in the 12. Having a top 10 run, it's all he really needs. And he looks like he could be going through to the championship full race. So good on Donegan. Great stuff from him. Move back through the rest of the field. The one car Jurakowski currently runs 16th. Colton Yar up to 17th. Then we have Evan Hunter. Just looking back towards the rest of the chasers. The 22 and the 41 really can't get going at the moment. As Tim, Gary, Roman, Fenway, Max Rossi go 3 wide. That's a bit of a risky move in the turns 3 and 4. 41 not having the rub of the green at the moment and not enjoying himself out there. Not what the 41 needed at all. Nathan Stapleton just trying to stay out of trouble, although he is towards the rear of the field. Staple should still just make it in. He's had an incredible chase as Nathan Stapleton. Props to him. It's been a pretty epic chase run right now as they're all stacking it up here for second place. It's getting very aggressive behind Anthony Charbois. Charbois checked out, but the battle behind them is getting intense. Cody Smart is picking them off one by one and could go underneath Keegan Thompson for second place here. Donegan Scott and Eli Bright on the inside lane. They'll be teammates next season. They'll be joining up and joining forces. William Seaman there on the inside. I think he won back in season 3 here at Charlotte, so he knows how to get it done at this track. He's on Texas. Surely he can't be another guy looking for back-to-back wins. I think he will be. Once again, that would be something else, wouldn't it? As another storyline. The amount of back-to-back winners we've seen this season. William Duncan's going well on the 37 again. Must just well highlight him. He surprised everyone with a win at Rockingham, US earlier this season. That was a great run from Duncan. And he's been rewarded for that. He'll be joining the Wood brothers next season. Great opportunity for William Duncan to progress his talent even further. He's had a really good debut season in the NRUK, it has to be said. A great addition to the league and one we're very excited to have on board here. To name a few others, Max Johnson has kind of been on and off really for the Roush Fenway Racing this season. He gets his opportunity at Stuart Haas Racing. So all these guys here proves that perform well on that mid-tier equipment, you are going to have the chance here to kind of perform at the front. And credit to Mac. He's done that and he's going to get his opportunity in the big time next season. Jurakowski has fallen his way back a bit behind the 11 Evan Hunter now, and Colton Yar can maybe crack on to this lead pack as of right now. Meanwhile, towards the front, Charbois still got a commanding lead. It's now Donegan Scott and Cody Smart battling for second. Keegan Thompson has fallen back, but the 41 still way behind everyone here in 31st. Max Rossi having a horrible day, it has to be said. And that right now is handing Keegan Thompson this final 4 spot just based off points. It looks like the 48 could be, you know, in that final 4. Could have a chance to battle for the title. It's all happening behind for second place because Anthony Charbois has checked out in front. Gets a bonus point for the most laps led, and he's putting on a clinic right now, unless for a caution. You can't really see him catching him. But it's all about that battle for that final chase spot. Let's go back through the rear of the field here. And look at Felix Janssen, another guy to mention having a good run. Nathan Stapleton's progressing, and Richardson's having a bit of a shaky day as well. But they're going to be alright as of right now. Max Rossi needs to find something. He needs to find a few extra tenths here and start passing some cars if he wants to be in with a chance of making the final 4. Rossi's had a really solid season. The thing he has lacked, though, has been a win. Still waiting to get that first win on the board is Max Rossi. He will be back with this team next season, though, to go and do it all again. So more opportunities definitely presenting himself to the 41 here. Go back up through the field then. Nothing really to report on right now. Nothing is changing that much. Eli Bright's gone into second, so he's now going to be the next guy to try and take this 1.5 second gap out between him and Anthony Charbois. But Charbois is pulling away lap by lap here. Kind of getting that toe from teammate Riley Spurley-Tube. Eli's cleared into second. He's had a good run the last couple of races after missing the chase altogether this season. He picked up his first win. Another good run at Texas. Now another good run today. Eli Bright hopes to carry that momentum into season number 5. Of course, the big news is this week is the return of the NRUK Mick George Series run by Evan Hunter next year. It's great to have Evan on board with the NRUK. I'm really delighted to see him join the league, and he's going to have a lot of fun running that series. And I really do appreciate him coming on board to help us with next season. It's really good to have the NRUK Mick George Series back. More details will come out about that series once this season has ended in the Cup Series. So don't worry just yet. It's quite a far way away yet. Still got a long while to go until we decide the field for that. But yeah, that should be a lot of fun. William Seaman continues to make progress. Here he goes to the inside. Lonergan Scott for 4th place. We'll come on the 10 to go here. Is there going to be a late caution to throw a spanner in the works? Tell you what, Colton Yost having a very, very nice run here. Colton Yo, if he finishes 4 places in front of the 48, and he has to be, I don't know, 11 plus 9, 20 places in front of the 41, he would make it in. So Colton Yo here still has a very, very likely possibility that he makes it into the final 4. Don't count out Joe Rutkowski yet. This isn't over. I mean, it mainly depends on what the 41 does, because Max Rossi is not having his day at all. He only needs a couple of positions here. The prerogative now has to be for the 14 of Colton Yo. Has a great chance here, but he's got to get past this 48 of Keegan Thompson right now. The field continues to jostle behind them. Yo remains patient. He's minus 11 below this cut line right now. Now the driver of the 14. It's all still to play for, you know. I mean, the leader's gone. Anthony Charbois has just pulled out and out and out in front of Eli Bright. He's extending that gap lap by lap. And Charbois is going to go to victory lane. Finally, this season, another Joe Gibbs car going to victory lane. It's been a while, but Anthony's going to do it here in the 20 car. Great job from him. Nice job from Anthony. Good job. He'll find himself in our NRUK victory lane before he departs the series as a whole next year. Keegan Thompson going to go for another position here on Lonergan Scott. Maybe get Jensen Edwards as well. Colton Yo's remaining very patient. Joe Rutkowski's got caught on the high side underneath Evan Hunter. That might be his championship hopes kissed goodbye. Right there as the one car gets stuck on the high side. Rutkowski's chances might be over. Such a shame because he's done really well to work himself up this far through the field after getting that kind of pre-race penalty. It's not been the one car's day. That penalty has really affected the result here for him, and it really has affected his chances in a great deal and a great manner here. Such a shame to see, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And not what he wanted at all. Meanwhile, 41 races in 27th. Colton Yo races in 7th. That's 20 positions exactly. And that would be enough for Colton Yo to be above Max Rossi. But he has to move past the 48 and hope he gains a few positions. Well, the 48 falls back. It's the only way Colton Yo makes into the chase. Keegan Thompson's sitting pretty right now. Unless something mega happens in these last couple of laps. William Seaman's going for P2 on Eli Bright. Mathis Wells doing a nice job inside the top 5 as well. for the final spot. Looks like it could be heading to this man. He started on pole. He hasn't had a lap today though, surprisingly. But that starting position definitely helped. And here he is. Maybe going to race his way in to the final four of the NRUK Cup Series Championship to join Jake Richardson, Nathan Stapleton and Nollaghan Scott. Colton Yo's given his very best effort after a poor qualifying run. He's worked himself up in to just outside the top 5 here. He's run an excellent race, but just too little too late for the 14. I believe there is now 2 to go for Anthony Charbois. He has checked out in front. Keegan Thompson is just making even more positions in that 48. And I think Colton Yo's race has been run in this year's NRUK Cup Series Championship. Unless he goes full balls to the wall here. He drive it in deep. Meanwhile, white flag for Anthony Charbois. He has done an excellent job. Led every lap but a couple which went to Jensen Edwards instead. And he's pulled out 4 seconds on the rest of the field here. He has gapped everyone to put on a clinic at Charlotte. He won't be back next year, but he's going to leave us with this thank you note. Anthony Charbois comes off the turn to win in the NRUK Cup Series and destroy the competition at Charlotte. Let's see what happens. The 48 Keegan Thompson has made it into the final 4. He's done it. Keegan Thompson has made his way into the NRUK Cup Series Championship 4. Finishes in front of Max Rossi, who, in all fairness, had an absolute awful day. Not what Rossi wanted at all. Keegan Thompson, that man there in the 48, is going to have a chance to fight for a title. He'll join the 12 of Nollaghan Scott, looking to claim his crown. The 22 and Scott's teammate Jake Richardson, who's having a nice run, and Nathan Stapleton, who I believe will be the points leader coming in to the final round. They are your final 4 drivers. Let's take a look at the finishing results from today's race. Charbois absolutely destroyed the competition. Keegan Thompson, the highest finishing chaser in the end in P5. Good runs for Jensen Edwards and Cody Smart. Rakowski did well to work his way up through the field. You can see the rest of the kind of the lineup there. Felix Janssen, 26th, probably one to pick out from that lot. And last place today for Riley Spotube, who was 3 laps down after an issue on the start. 40 laps. There is your final 4. It is Stapleton, Richardson, Scott and Thompson. 3 races left in the NRUK Cup Series season. Join us to find out who will be your champion very soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you very shortly. Goodbye.